Terence Crawford says Errol Spence doesn't hit as hard as everyone said he did. Is that facts or big cap? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Spots. Let's talk about it. Alright, so Terence Bud Crawford, the newly crowned undisputed champion of the world. Hard to say, but congratulations to Terence Bud Crawford on his big victory just over a week ago. And in an interview, Terence Crawford had some interesting things to say. He said that he feels like Errol Spence was much slower than him and he doesn't hit as hard as everyone said he did. I wanted to break that down, give my 42 nickels on what he had to say for anybody listening.
You gotta understand, when I came into the division, I called for all the champions. I called for all the top guys. Didn't want to shed any light on my name. Basically, like, oh, this guy, he's not even a 147 pounder. He's a little guy.
All right, y'all. So Terence Crawford says that Errol Spence doesn't hit as hard as everyone said he did. Not only that, he also said that he feels like he knew Errol Spence was slower than him, and he knew Errol Spence wasn't as strong as him. Now, I think that that's kind of a off-the-wall statement to make, because how would he know that Errol Spence isn't as strong as he is? He's never been in the ring with Spence. He's never been in the ring with anyone as big as Spence. So, to me, that is a leading type of question. Like, he's leading you somewhere with that question. And the road I think he's leading everybody down is the fact that he knew Errol Spence wouldn't be as strong as he normally is because of how the fight came together.
Somebody done told you wrong, punk.
Now, that's not what Terence Crawford said, but once again, the statement that he led with, or the way he phrased that, it was leading you to something. He said that for a reason, and to me, that reason is because he already knew that Errol Spence was bulking up to move up in weight, and he already knew that Errol Spence had hit a weight limit to the point of where if he made the fight, most likely Spence would go into the fight not feeling himself because of the weight. This is not what Terence Crawford said, but once again, the way he's leading you with that statement, you have to believe without a shadow of a doubt that he already knew Errol Spence was going into the fight overweight and would have to do a lot to lose the weight.
Really think I got a chance?
He's gonna beat your brains in. You got something, but we just can't seem to... Yes, you do have a chance.
But not a good one, huh?
No, not a good chance.
So, to me, I think that is a smart tactic. It's a smart game plan on behalf of Terence Bud Crawford to, put your opponent in a peculiar situation, because most likely your body is not going to react well to you trying to lose all of that weight. Now, I don't know who leaked that type of information to Terence Crawford, but I could throw some names out there of people that might have leaked that type of information to Terence Crawford.
I couldn't stop watching it.
And we all know that Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence Jr. don't have the best working relationship, even though both of those guys represent PBC boxing. for some reason, Floyd Mayweather always seems to side with Terence Crawford over Errol Spence Jr. And I've said this in past videos, that it seems like Floyd Mayweather rides with Terence Crawford more than he rides with his own fighter, Errol Spence Jr. And I think that stems back from them sparring each other and Errol Spence perhaps going a little too hard at Mayweather, making him look bad in sparring.
Hey, young blood. Bringing in the groceries, huh? Man, I remember when I was married, I used to love to bring home the groceries. Made me feel real good. Now, a man ought to get a little respect or something like that. So from this point on, you should consider me like a friend of the family. You find yourself in a jam and shit, need a little cash, you come see me, I'll front you.
Keep your shit.
I know about pride.
You feel me? Stay the fuck away from my family.
What did you say?
You heard me, goddammit. I said stay the fuck away from my family.
See, I ain't the enemy, young blood. I don't want no trouble. See, I tried to be a friend, motherfucker. Surprise, nigga.
Look at you now. Come on, Santa Claus. Open your mouth and suck this. Come on, I got a present for you. Suck it! Suck it, nigga! Shoot me right now. Lucky this is personal, nigga. Don't you ever bite the hand that feeds you, nigga. See you, Santa Claus.
And everyone seeing that who was there that day. And I think, Mayweather's one of those I'm going to get you back type of guys. He's one of those guys who, when I get my opportunity, I'm going to get my payback. And, to each his own. I'm not mad at him for, maybe getting a little payback at Errol Spence. But I do feel like that's a shady tactic to use on your own fighter, unless he's going to sign Terence Crawford. And he was using that as a jumping point to sign Terence Crawford because maybe he promised Terence Crawford a win and he got Terence Crawford that victory. And perhaps Terence Crawford said, if you can secure me the fight and a victory, then I'll sign with you. Now, I'm not saying that's what he said. Perhaps that's what he said. But it does seem like that it would have had to been someone seriously close to the PBC camp to leak that type of information that Errol Spence was walking around at a certain weight. And if you made the fight now, you most likely would secure yourself a victory.
Y'all niggas hurry up. Go in there, buck them niggas, and get the fuck out. And don't be playing. Dog Kane, you hear what I'm saying? Kill them niggas and get the fuck back so we can stab out. I'm gonna be chilling right here.
Now, there was something else that Terence Crawford said in that same interview that struck me as strange or peculiar, or why would he say that? Is that he knew that Errol Spence was slower than him. Now, that part, I can say, yeah, you can point your finger at that and say, you're most likely the faster of those two guys. And it's obvious when Errol Spence fights that he moves at a much slower pace than most 147-pound fighters. But normally, it's not the pace that he's moving at, it's the power that he's throwing with. So I think that more than likely, Terence Crawford already knew that he was quicker, but how would you know that you're stronger than him? Because you're a smaller, naturally, guy than Errol Spence. So, naturally, you would just say that Errol Spence is stronger than Terence Crawford. So the only way he would have known that he's stronger than Errol Spence is for someone to tell him, hey, Errol Spence is walking around at 165, 170 pounds. And if we go ahead and make the fight now, then most likely he'll have to drop 20 pounds just to make weight. And he's not going to be anywhere near himself on fight night. And, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. That is the reason why Errol Spence looked so horrible. That is the reason why Terence Crawford was basically walking through his shots. Now, he even said that in the same interview. He said that, man, he caught me on the chin a couple of times with clear shots that would have hurt anybody else. Any other welterweight at any other time would have been stopped in their tracks by those shots. But for some reason, Terence Crawford was walking right through them. Now, Terence Crawford was even being stunned by some of David Evanzian's shots. So you have to explain to me how one of the biggest welterweights in the history of boxing is not even stopping you with his best shots. They're not even slowing you down. That doesn't even make sense, you know. Once again, it almost seems like someone leaked that information to help Terence Crawford secure the victory. I'm not taking anything away from Terence Crawford. I believe Terence Crawford won the fight wholeheartedly. It wasn't even a competition. And Errol Spence needs this rematch to redeem himself. I just hope that, you know, it's not a situation of there's a mole out there leaking information on behalf of Terence Crawford to ultimately get Errol Spence out of the way, and they go and sign Terence Crawford after they, you know, part ways with Errol Spence Jr. I'm not saying that that's what Terence Crawford said. I'm just saying that's how I feel by all of this information that is now starting to come out.
Yeah, I want to see. About what? My name is Mongo Slade. I'm from out of New York City, and me and my boys want to make a bet. Bet you.
How much you want to bet?
Well, we're going to bet $10,000, 5-1 odds to win. We would bet $20,000, but we don't want to overload your circuit. Count it.
No need. I think we can do business.
See, Kansas City, when we lose, we pay off. Dig? Now, when we win, we don't want to have to go chasing y'all all over Louisiana.
You win, we'll be here.
That's right.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are mine.
What you need? Fast or slow, girl, what's your speed? You handcuffed, I set you free. You a bad chick, I must say. Come with me, girl, right away. She want a double stack, no cheese, meaning other than the pill, I can get it for free. No fee, thick as MUD. OMG, LOL, SMH. You come with me, then you'll be straight. I don't give a damn, let them other niggas hate. Turn around, let me concentrate, yeah, they don't trip, I got what you need. 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 Damn, you cold and so's your friend, but she say they don't like me. Please don't act like you don't know. Style is genius, stupid flow. My ego so big you might park on it. Nowadays my style got bite marks on it. Great white shark, homie. You acting kinda strange, quite narc, homie. Move back, homie, I'm looking at that ass. She way past boning. Take her to the crib, have her way past moaning. I almost fell when she threw that ass on me. Don't trip, I got what you need. Don't trip, I